This video is brought to you by ncix.com. Great technology, selection, and service. Hello everyone, I'm Dmitry with RHA Canucks, and one of the most important factors I look in for in-ear headphones has always been getting the right fit, aside from the sound quality, of course. And I'm in a point of time when I can finally say I have found the ideal headphone that covers comfort just as good as they sound. This is the RHA T10i. So RHA is a British audio company. This is our first experience with them, and at $199 for a pair, you must really love your audio. But everything from the initial impressions about the T10i really solidified our confidence in the quality of this product. So really outstanding packaging and presentation, not over the top, but appreciated for the price. Taking it out of the box, everything is well laid out. This massive selection of ear tips, both in silicone and memory foam, and I initially thought that is completely overkill and another reason to charge so much, but you realize the importance of finding the best fit, whether you prefer smaller silicone tips or you like the complete isolation from the memory foam tips. Also, for the first time, I found the perfect ear tips for me, these dual cone shaped ones that sit in my ears without pressure. They are stable enough to only need occasional readjustment and make a good seal for excellent bass response as well. Now, the earphones look fantastic with the steel housing and laser edged RHA on each side and blue and red cable tip for left and right side respectively, but with also engraved lettering on the side for just better clarification. However, despite the great looking earphone, the most unique element of this audio device are interchangeable filters. That's right, you can swap these sound filters to give you a different sound signature. They ship with reference filters installed, but for individuals who like a brighter sound signature with emphasized treble, you have that filter, and the same goes for the extra bass, all of which are color coded, and the swap is as simple as unscrewing the filter and putting in the new desired one. And they are able to achieve this sound signature difference with a dense foam insert that is slightly larger on the bass filter and nothing inside the treble filter, and just a slightly smaller foam thing inside the reference filter. And so you notice the trend with the T10i, it's all about user configuration with all the ear tips and swappable filters, but really satisfying in the build quality department as well, with matching steel inline remote with a microphone and 3 multi-purpose buttons for volume adjust, play pause, skip tracks, answer call, or drop a call. But if it wasn't for such a muddy and depressed middle click that unless you press dead center, it's actually really difficult to recognize where it is on the remote just by feeling it. And I also think the remote is a little bit too high, just below my chin. That is not a comfortable spot to reach for volume adjust, but at least it's close enough for the microphone for not actually needing to hold it during conversation. Coming down to the splitter, that's also steel with a signature engraved. Wow. And finally, coming to the end of the cable, another stainless steel cylinder with a 3.5mm jack to tie the entire design into a really beautiful in-ear headphone. And also this leather-like pouch is included to store the headphones during travel with a shirt clip that I never used. So the T10i utilizes an over-the-ear cable that allows your ears to hold the weight of the headphone and not your earlobes, and I appreciate the color combination of the cable that blends in with the skin pretty well. They are a low-profile design, and the left and right cable can be collected underneath the chin with this sliding clip. Now, most of my listening was done using the reference filters, as I found the signature really pleasing with detailed bass hits that resonated really well into the ear tips with impressively deep response and in no way sounding muddy or muffled. The treble in no way harsh either, and the mid-range is clear. And I can confidently say that these are probably one of the best in-ear headphones that I've listened to. They're very analytical, they're very crisp, they perhaps lack some warmth, like what is found on the SE215s from Shure, but the outstanding bass hits the slightly moved back mid-range so that the soundstage is not super open, but it's kind of semi-open. The good thing it's not super closed off, and also the treble is left out to really pick out the details out of the song. The bass filter I found a bit too bassy for my preference, but it certainly delivered extra punch, and if you're looking for that, there's your option. option, although with a slight leak into the mid-range, so you get a boomy sound signature, something I'm not a fan of. And then I switched to the treble filter, and that is the one that will stay on my pair. So it flattens out the bass, still delivers really deep hits, but without any sort of boomy attached to it, that opens up the soundstage even more, and you hear just slightly extra crisp presentation. And so here's the bottom line. The customization options on the T10i is what allows users to fine-tune not just the comfort with availability of all these ear tips, but change up the sound signature as well. It's a really unique feature to complement a beautifully crafted design that also sound fantastic. And I initially thought that all the extra parts, like the extra silicone tips and the phone tips, were kind of wasted, especially if you're not using the sound filters, you're swapping them all the time. But I understand the necessity to get you to a point of content, finding the right fit for the ear tips and finding the right sound filter for the typical sound signature that you prefer. And the only drawback that I can mention would be the inline remote buttons that are very difficult to press. They require too much effort to change song or to play pause or to change the volume, for example, as otherwise you are looking at a damn good audio product. And before I skedaddle out of here, I'd like to mention that if you've had issues with in-ear headphones previously not fitting or not having the right fit for you, perhaps look out for the dual cone design that has solved all my previous fitting issues, and this is by far the most comfortable in-ear headphone that I've owned. And so this concludes this review of the RHA T10i. Make sure to subscribe for more similar content. Give us a like if you found this review helpful, and we'll see you, in which one, the next one.